Welkom terug by ons. Joram Gourari, uitvoerende hoof van HouseZERO, is nou saam met my in die ateljee. Joram, welcome to WINSLYN. You've been around since 2014. Tell us, where did the idea come from?
The idea came from the business that I've been in before, which is solar energy. We tried to incorporate solar energy into houses as an integral part, rather than something that comes later.
Yes. So I always say that it's one thing starting a business, it's another thing growing a business. So you've been around for 6 years. What's the typical challenges that you guys are facing in the, with growing such a business?
I think unlike outside the normal challenges that any business gets, our main challenge has always been the complexity of the machine that we are busy developing, or we have developed. You don't appreciate the number of parts and details and different aspects that go into this business until you're in it.
Yes.
And once you're in it, you can't get out of it.
Yeah. So if I'm a typical buyer, I would assume that I'm either buying a piece of vacant land and I'm thinking of perfect. I can choose a range of different models. Take me through that typical process that a client goes through.
First, you need to know how much money you have.
Yeah, it's a good point to start. Yes.
You go to our website, there's a menu of different options. They all look very nice, and you always want the most expensive one, but you can only afford what you can afford. Once you figure that out, you approach us, and together we work through what is possible and what we can adapt to your site. And once everybody is happy with where we're going, then we get going with the process.
Yes.
We submit the building plans to the city council. People think because it's a modular structure, you don't need to do that, but you do. And once the council approves the plans, we start the building. It takes in the region of 10 weeks to complete a house, if everything goes well. Yeah. And then you can move in.
So how likely is the banks at this stage to give financing to, say, a structure of this format?
Yeah, the banks are very happy to start modernizing and move forward with technology. There is a process of certification that you need to go through. It's not an easy process, but we've been through that process, and the banks are very happy to finance this.
So talk us through the components. If I think about the face brick home, I know that in 10 years' time or 20 years' time that this structure will still stand. This is all brand new. It's a new way of building a house or a building. How confident can we be in the format of a building of this nature?
The building requires maintenance like any other building. So brick and mortar building, if you don't maintain it, it's going to fall apart. Yeah. And it's the same with this building. This is a complex machine. It's not just a structure that later on you add things. You can compare it more to an aeroplane. There's a structure, there's brains in the system, there's an energy machine in the system, and they all have to work together. It does require maintenance, but this is where construction is going, and this is where living spaces are going.
Talk us about some of the current projects that you are busy with.
We're busy with a number of residential projects in South Africa. We're also busy with interesting projects in Africa. Recently, we shipped our first house to Europe. And there's more to come next year. So it's going all over the world. We're focusing now mainly on residential, also hospitality industry type, lodges. And as we go, we receive more and more inquiries from other sectors of the property industry, more commercial, office spaces. With the way moving to work from home now is developing, there's also increasing demand for office spaces that are attached to the home or outside in the backyard, going in many unpredictable directions.
Absolutely. Well, unpredictable but incredibly exciting. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Deur harde werk, deursettingsvermoë en stiptelikheid is die Citybug in Mbombela 'n groot suksesverhaal. Ons neem 'n kort breek, maar moenie weggaan nie. Ons is nou weer terug en vertel jou dan meer.